Well, first of all, good morning to everybody, and I just want to tell you how honored I am to be with you in this incredible gathering. I attend a lot of events and gathering, but this is a serious one because you guys are running very serious business. So first of all, I really would like to salute every one of you, you and your staff. Everybody's back in your offices because what you do is so special. And what you do is so tough at the same time. So I would like to congratulate you for your enthusiasm, for your dedication, for your ability to struggle and win. And I'm sure you do all that and you win because you have so much love for what you do. You create amazing teams around you, and you celebrate with all the issues that you have to deal with when you are in this industry. And as you spoke about India, one of the things that I really forget to mention to people, that when I was in retail, actually I operated 30 restaurants in India, and I failed. And I had to close down. My partner was Sunil from Copper Chimney. We really ran all over India when I was in my Singapore retail days. I was still in Dubai. I think the trouble is that we were just a little too early. Because what I love about Indians is that, I hope it's changing now, but there's a famous saying about Indians: they live poor and they die rich. You know what that means? The greatest savers in the world. but I guess things are changing. But that was really one story. I need to tell my kids about it. My kids, they love to listen to my stories. But this is one story I completely forgot. Thank you so much for reminding me. I really don't like to stand by stadiums. I should have by the podium. I should have just put my notes on a piece of paper. But I thought, since today we're talking about noon and noon food, I have to be tech-driven by my iPad, so it's okay. I'm so sorry. And I just want to tell you, I got this bad throat. I spent 2 days in Baghdad. So I'm trying to do something new in Baghdad, in Iraq. And if you really want to enrich yourself, you go and look at amazing countries like Iraq. Thank you so much. And you just see, incredible potential, but also big challenges. I think you guys know that we have Kentucky Fried Chicken stores and Pizza Hut stores in Baghdad. And past 2 weeks, they were attacked by actually by militias. Actually, with their guns. So I met the Prime Minister and I told him that, I've been around the block. We'll continue expanding in Baghdad. Don't worry. This will disappear. This will go. And it is. Baghdad's situation is improving. I've been in and out of Baghdad, but really Baghdad's situation is improving tremendously. And why I say that, to be honest with you, because, I think, we start and we want to make some money and we want to protect our families. But once we achieve that, I think we have a mission. We need to go help others. And really, if it's people in Baghdad or if it's people in a little town in Morocco, they also want your services and they want our services. So I'm such an honor to be able to participate in some of the activities in Baghdad. And let's just say that how lucky we are to be in this amazing country. I really cannot get over the fact that we live in this incredible country with incredible opportunities, and the growth we're seeing, how easy it is to do business. Of course, the only difficulty is that it's so competitive, and I always say that differentiate, with respect to women, between the boys and the men. And really what you all have achieved is really incredible, because I don't think you will be in this business if you are not the best in what you do, just because it's just so tough. And I really salute you for that. It's not that easy to do what you do. But at the same time, this city makes it easy for us to, to really prosper and move forward. Of course, you are well aware that we have about 30,000 outlets in the city. And the amazing thing is that 70% are small to medium-sized businesses, and that's really what drives economic progress, right? I mean, medium, small-size businesses are always the backbone of our economies. So I'm sure, as I said earlier, that the thousands of men and women, boys and girls who really run your operation, including you, we really have to salute them for what they do day in, day out. But the real challenge and why ourselves in this business is that how can we guard this business? When we guard our business, how can we really leave a legacy as well? But guarding the business, without guarding the business, I think we'll have a big issue when it comes to leaving a legacy or leaving our business for our grandchildren and their children as well. And that's really what drove us to really move into this business. Now, I think together we can really build this business bigger, better, and guard it as well. And I'll explain to you later on how important guarding our businesses are. Now, you are aware that we have about 250 restaurants that close on a monthly basis. It's competition, people who don't know the business. It's a tough business. Capital is an issue. Right talent is an issue, right? But I think mostly people who don't know the business and who don't have the love and the passion that they start these restaurants, cafes, and then they're out, unfortunately. I was really shocked when I received the number, to be honest with you. I was really surprised. Yeah? But then just the cost of doing business, maybe some people are good at what they do, but just the cost of running business is so delicate that a lot of people, capital is an issue, cost is an issue, talent is an issue, so it's competition is an issue, so it's quite complicated to do this. So I understand that starting a business, running it successfully, growing it, it's a big challenge for all of you. I understand. I mean, every business is a challenge, but your business is a challenge because you live on a very thin margin. I mean, margin can really move between whatever 5 to 11, 5 to 12, and some more, but mostly in that range. So it's you can't afford mistakes. Now, when you look at that margin and then you say, okay, and then aggregator cost is 38%. It just doesn't make sense. Right? You live on that margin and the aggregator could go up to 38%. And that's the first thing I heard when we thought of getting involved in the business. The 38% is the daylight robbery. Some guy sitting in Germany or sitting in Dubai and take 38% of my hard work? No, sir. Like you become a hostage, especially if he's controlling 30% of turnover or 25% of your turnover. You're a hostage. This is really what drove us to go into the business. And trust me, even when I started Noon, at that time, my real estate business was making $1.5 billion net every year. It was not necessary for me to do this. I was 58 years old. I'm 66 now. I was 58 years old. I was not a tech guy. I was able to move between iPhone and Samsung with a bit of help, but that's the maximum. By the way, I moved to Samsung now. And it's tough, by the way. That's the maximum knowledge of technology I know. But for me to take the risk and start an e-commerce company, why? Right? And the real estate is so boring because in the real estate business, as I said before, we only do 3 things. We don't even do 4 things. Only 3 things we do. 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. And guess what? And this menu never, ever changes. Not like you, right? And we don't have to worry about delivering it hot. It delivers at one temperature for the past 500 years. There's only one change. It comes in 2 colors, light gray or light beige. That's actually, really, I tell my staff, I said we should close down the company. Why? We don't design anything. We don't build anything. We don't maintain anything. That's our business. The architect designed the building. The contractor built the building. Facility management managed the building. Oh, and number 4, the brokers sells the building. So I told him, I have good advice for you. We'll meet once a month in a nice restaurant, have coffee, just discuss the numbers that will be managed by some Indian beautiful off-site accounting firm. So really, to do that, and by the way, our merchandise doesn't have expiry date, right? We don't throw it in the garbage like what you do most of the times. And the longer you keep it, most probably value will go up. What an amazing business. So I call it, it's business for dummies. Like if you really want to take it easy, just do real estate business. Make sure you don't borrow, because if you borrow, it's the end of you. Now, what will let me leave that and go into this unknown thing called e-commerce? Seriously, it was not about money. I was really worried that the big e-commerce companies in the world are going to control our lives. This really what drove me to do this. And the first year was not easy. I don't know how to hire people. I can barely hire engineers, but to hire tech people like Hisham, well, he came and worked temporarily for us. He couldn't believe in the mission. So going back, I really believe that we should be driven by honor. We should be driven also by loyalty to our families, to our society. You know, we prosper in this town. I owe this country so much, especially that I've never been charged anything similar to taxes, stuff like that. I've never paid taxes, so I'll pay, I don't know, I think about 1 billion dirham this year in taxes. I wish they charged me double, because they have never charged me all the past years. So I think we have, men and women, we have to care a little bit, just a little bit, to take care of our society, honestly. So that really what got us to Noon. And then, of course, you know, we start hearing about how you do business, and that the commission is moving from 30, 32, 33, and thanks to Americana, I learned a little bit more. Because once an outlet in Americana is, you know, 20% is by aggregator, then the aggregators start asking you to stand up and sit down. So we said, okay, let's go for it. It was not easy. It's a new thing for us. But actually, when you look at the boys and the girls that run our system, and Hisham is the engineer of all this. Faraz is struggling in Saudi Arabia this morning. And if you see what type of margin we operate in, which is negative margin, you have so much respect for these people. But it was not easy for us when we started with you. Because the other aggregators, they're holding you from the neck. They don't want you to work with anybody else. You know that. And we kept at it. We kept at it. Because we do not want anyone, local, international, to control anyone's business and life and growth. And we will not allow it. I promise you. We work so hard all the time with love and joy. And you will grow. And when we make a mistake, you better tell us. Because we want to run a very transparent business with you. Seriously. Our agenda is that you grow, my country grows, you prosper, you excel, and we're here for you. We might not do everything perfect, but please tell us. Because we really don't have any funny agendas. Well, we don't care about some share price listed in Berlin. We don't have that. We're from here. Our engineers are from here. Our people are from here. Our shareholders are from here. We care. Are we going to make money? Yes, long term. And the competition knows we're tough. We're tough people. We don't sleep at night sometimes. We don't care. We can sleep the next day. But if you are like Hisham, no, these guys should not sleep now. They should sleep after 60. Hisham? So honestly, all I want to tell you that we are really very emotional about what we do. And we're very emotional about our town. We're very emotional about you. You know, you work so hard, all of you. And why can't you have security and confidence that you can grow comfortably and fairly? Fairly. All these nonsense laws everywhere in the world that talk about transparency, you know, right of competition, blah, blah, blah. Where is that? And most of these companies, they come from there. And then they want to strangle us? Never, never. We'll never allow it to happen. Only because, honestly, we love what we do, we believe in what we do, and we work so hard, they can't believe how hard we work. Seriously. And the most important thing is that we really mean well. Seriously, we mean well. And therefore, we have no hidden agenda with our teams. We are very transparent with our team, with you. And we want all of you to prosper. You guys doing an incredible job. Your innovation, the ability to be creative all the time, to do what you do day in, day out, 24 hours, 24/7, almost most people operate. And it's very true. You know, everything starts with a dream. I think when you started your business, it was a dream, right? I mean, where it was, where it got. And that's the special thing about this town, about all of you as well. You know, that you dream and you go and get on with it. You struggle a little bit, but you know, you keep pushing. And the same thing when I start talking to people about the idea of, you know, building probably the tallest building in the world. By the way, it was just after September 11th, you know, which was not a good time to talk about tall building in the Middle East, no? Well, I remember, I swear, I remember in Chicago, because the architects were there. Because we started just like a year after the event. We started the idea and the design. Excuse me. And I'm sure people just saying that, you know, listen, your name is Mohammed, you know, Mohammed and Bin Laden is not very far, you know. But everybody has a dream in life, right? And nobody can stop us from dreaming. And then, you know, will you really do this? How are you going to do this in this small town? But you know, why not? But it was really full of passion and full of love for the way you do your business. And today, you know, how can we imagine the landscape of Dubai without Burj Khalifa, especially at night, right? I hope our new one will be just as beautiful as it is. Maybe it's more beautiful, I think, the new one. We have not unveiled it yet, but we're almost done. So we'll unveil another piece that's really very beautiful for the city as well. And we're so honored to do it one more time. It will not be this tall, because we're going to keep the respect for Burj Khalifa the way it is. So I think, you know, the idea of dreaming and getting it there, and Noon Food was exactly that. It was just a dream. I mean, the struggle we had with Hisham to convince him that we need to do this. You need to support us. And what I love about Hisham is that, you know, he's the guy who's, you know, you need a person in the room, the devil advocate, challenging you, doubting you, and then, you know, we tighten all the areas well, and you do an incredible job, Hisham. You're so incredible, you know. And what I love about Hisham and his team, when they build a software, never fails. Never. I mean, our system are all built in. Everything, the mainframe, the main systems, the main software, everything is built in-house. And Hisham, mashallah alaik, never fails, yeah? Well done, Hisham. So it's really incredible. Again, please keep in mind that, you know, we had really incredible success stories. You know, we have a Marahib is a Mandi restaurant, which is a local Saudi restaurant. These guys, we delivered for them 500,000 Mandis in a year, and I think as a result of that, their expansion program is really incredible. And with us here in Saudi Arabia, Al-Baik is a well-known brand in Saudi Arabia. Also, their volume with us was really quite an incredible experience for all of us, and many of you as well. Even though we as Noon Food business, we are just still. How old are we now? 2 years? Going to 3. I'm getting older too fast. But really, within really these 3 years and your incredible support and advice to us, you know, we passed the inflection point in Noon Food. And I think it was a combination of your support, good engineers, good boys and girls in the field, and the millions of customers that normally comes to our business, Noon business. Really, every night we have millions, actually. I don't want to give you the number, but it's in millions. So the combination, but then again, you can have millions, but if you don't have good service, if you don't have good support, if you don't have good people, it will not work. So that really put our numbers at a very, very interesting level. I think our competition, they know our numbers very well. And I hope they are treating you with respect. I think I told you that also. I was really lucky enough in my life that when I started A'mar, it was also I wanted a local brand. So I'm quite keen on local brands. So A'mar, I really wanted a local big real estate player. But today, you know, with so many of my team support, forget about the joke about 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. But today, A'mar, if we can participate in any tender globally, I promise you we can win. It is that powerful now. Balance sheet, people, experience, valuable mistakes. So I love that local brand creation. The same thing, you know, our address chain. The reason is that, you know, I also didn't want foreign companies to ask me to stand up and sit down. So we operate our own hotels, and such a privilege to do that. We do some other business with the St. Regis of the world and all that, but 90% it's totally our operation. Of course, Noon is a great example. Malls retail business was a surprise for all of us. How this thing is just went out of control. The most incredible, successful method. And when we really opened Dubai Mall, a lot of great companies in the world, they came to say, you have no experience in managing shopping malls, we will come and manage for you. And my worry is that They have never managed one of the largest malls in the world. Why should they come with us and learn? No. So we had a Ukrainian girl, Natalie, who was working, a very bright girl, in customer care only. But she was awake. What I like about people, I like people who are awake. Of course, awake and hungry. So Natalie learned how to run the largest mall in the world very quickly. She's very tough. You know, she always have a shoe in her handbag and a shoe. So the high heels when she is going to a meeting, and then she changed to the walking shoes when she's chasing people in the mall. And today, Natalie is one of the biggest advisors for all the stuff that are going on in Saudi Arabia. We're so proud of her. Yeah, so, and again, of course, Noon. Americana, I bought Americana because I was worried that this is a local, incredible brand created by a legendary Kuwaiti businessman, that I didn't want it to be owned by a foreign entity. And I did bite the bullet and bought it for 3.5 billion. And I'm glad it worked well. I'm glad. God is kind. And you know, all this happens because my mother prays for me. Seriously, really. And God is kind. And I really think that if you are genuine in what you do, He will be with you. Your staff will support you. You know, the environment will support you. And when you make a mistake, you say, listen, I was a bit naughty. I do apologize. Because we're all naughty every once in a while and make mistakes. At the end, I just want to tell you that truly we are really honored that you gave us the chance to work with you. We are honored that you trusted us. I'll repeat and say that we're really passionate about what we do. We're paranoid about everything we do. We mean well, but we make mistakes. Tell us when we make a mistake. I'll repeat again, we have no hidden agenda. We operate on negative margin, but that's okay. We'll make money long term. My boys and girls in the office, they really, really work hard. They're incredible people, just like your staff, where, you know, you're at it all the time. We're here to support you. Give us advice. Tell us the thing we should do. Tell us about the things that we shouldn't do. But I assure you, we will never let anyone control your life. Never. And they better be good to you. This is just something I really resent, honestly. So please, it's I don't know. It's just so. It's so important for me that you have the freedom to do business. No, you fail or you can't make it or you have a bad margin because of your operation. It's okay. But for somebody to come and take up to 38% of what you do, it's just not comprehensible, you know. So at the end, I really want to thank you so much for inviting me to come and talk to you. Such an honor, and I want to assure you that this incredible country is going on and on so positively. Policy decision makers are really doing the right things. I hope they solve our traffic problems so our bikes can get there quickly and deliver everything for you fast. But then again, we're really blessed that you are with us in this incredible country, that you contribute and you create an incredible economic growth as well for the city. And I do wish you well, and thank you so much for your partnership.